Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Just a quick audio test before we get started. Hey, okay guys, hello and welcome to the stream. I'm just going to get B and overlay up. I've forgotten to get the overlay up again. So I'm just doing that. The game's still loading in anyway, so I've been looking forward to this stream for quite some time. Ever since Fly UK announced that they would be flying 737-900, I was like, yeah, we're doing a stream with that. I didn't necessarily know where at the time, but now we know where, and we are actually flying it. So I was a little bit wondering, because, I watched the YouTuber's video, who flew into here a couple of months ago, and it was very cloudy. I'm wondering maybe because the locals there did say that the weather there doesn't tend to be the best, and they do often have weather problems. So I was really hoping that we wouldn't have that today. And I've looked at the weather; it's pretty good. So we've got scattered clouds. It's partly cloudy down in Juneau, no clouds here in Vancouver. So it's absolutely lovely. Also, I've got myself the what's it called? The pack that allows you to put more detail on the ground. I don't know what it's called exactly, like the HD Airport pack or something, I don't really know. But whatever it's called, I've got it. So we'll start flight on Skytrack now. I'll let you guys see this. So we should see, the new pack, look. We've got some nice ground textures and all that. It should put in proper jetways, but I still need to disable them from GSX to get that. Now, Vancouver Airport itself is quite big, I think. Unfortunately, the charts I've been given by ChartFox contain lots and lots of pages of charts, but they're all in packages. There's only 3 packages, and it doesn't really say which one's which. Basically, one's for stars, one's for SIDS, and one is for approaches. And apart from that, I haven't got any charts. So I don't have any ground charts, unfortunately, today. So, let's just take 1 minute to look at this. Oh, I love that Aurora livery. It is absolutely lovely. Aurora are like Fly UK's sort of North American airline, and I think it looks absolutely beautiful. This livery, it's so good, and I think it's available in other colours for different aircraft. Obviously, this one is in blue for the 737. Oh, it's just lovely, and as I say, it's the 737-9 as well, so slightly long, has a capacity of 189 according to SimBrief, about 200 according to Fly UK. We'll wait and see what we have here. Let's have a look. Like 186 is what this is saying. Let's get that down there ready for when we start the engines later on. So, right, let's go ahead and connect to Vatsim, I guess. So, we'll connect up. We are UKV 3106 today. And we are type code, I've never entered this, B739. And a farmer flight plan, I've already got everything in there. So, active sky should be working. Now, wind down here, as I've said, there isn't really any wind. It's partly cloudy. Oh, there you go. The wind has picked up since I last checked. We've had a newer META since I last checked, and it's now registering. Right, we'll set weather plus turbulence on there. And we'll turn on weather on there. There. Just make sure the weather radar is working. So it's 4 degrees, so we might need a de-ice. 060 at 7 knots the wind today. Now, I'm not, again, sure what the runways are here, because I haven't got any ground charts. So we'll have to check when we start to plug in the route. But for starters, we've got passengers on board today. Let's switch to my SimBrief tab. Let's have a look. I think it's like 99. Is it on board today? 87. Okay, 87. Sadly, Fly UK seem to really underload this plane. Maybe it's just a quiet route. Cargo 1.9, so it's, let's say, 950 of cargo for each. And then 0 fuel weight 51.7. What's our actual 0 fuel weight today? 56.5. Oh, we're taking quite a bit of cargo on board today now. So we'll take, what, like 3,000 cargo in each maybe? That gives us 55.8. We need 700 more, so... Oh, no. Go back into payload and then 56.5. That's what we wanted in there. So, load level 68.6. We'll check that once I put in the fuel. So, fuel. Today we are taking 8204 kilos of fuel on this morning's flight. Let's put that down there. Tank, there you go. We've got some in the centre tank this morning, so make sure they're off for now. And we may as well get all these little things on while we can now. So that's now all plugged into there. If we check our payload, we are loaded 68.6% today, so quite busy. Right, let's just go ahead and shut our door and then open it again when we start GSX. Press boarding. 87, remember, today. Why is it saying 137? It must... I don't know, that's kind of odd actually. Now, there's nothing really on the ground here. There's two actually on the ground. Well, apparently I haven't got a flight plan. That's from a while ago, though. It's not updated. Cool. So there's one more plane on the ground, and there's one that's landing. So I might ask them what runway is in use. So there we go. We'll go ahead and set that when they ask us to open the doors. Oh, hang a minute. Wait, what? They're boarding passengers without the need for a door. That's actually... Oh, there you go. I was going to say. We might not have a reply off these guys. We'll have to wait and see. Right, 2,000 on the TCAS. And let's start with today's route.
Morning.
So,
Good morning.
Position in it, we are here at CYVR. Now, the way sort of cities and stars work in the US, they're a bit odd. Now, I'm not sure what runway we're planning on taking today, so we'll sort that out afterwards. And we're going to PAJN. Turns out, yeah, Juneau's in Alaska. So we are actually going into America today, going further north. So, UKV B106. And we are departing... Right, this is the problem. So I'm guessing runway 08, I think, but looking at the wind. 08 is probably the best idea. We will have a condition update quite soon, but at the moment 08 is looking like the best one. So, where is 08 in proportion to us? There's a right and a left, so I can expect to see two that are quite aligned. That one there. That's left, facing that way. So it's slightly to the right of us, if we're looking at that. Nope, that's not that one. Not that one. How do I deselect a runway? 08 left. Is heading... Yeah, we'll select 08 left today, for now. And we've got a chat... Right, what have we got to choose from in terms of... There you go, 08 left or right. So we have two of them we can use from this runway. I'm looking to find the right one, however I can't. So we've got the Olympic, the Vancouver, the McKinley, the Georgia and the Fraser, according to these charts. These charts, oh my word, these charts are from 2009. Okay, we'll just totally ignore them. We'll take this one, and there's no transitions on that one. Great. Okay, we'll take that one then. What about... There's none for our runway, no. What about the YVR1? Where do these even take us after these SIDs? I mean, I just won't take a seat if it turns out to be a problem.
I'm doing good.
Oh, it's just straight to Vector, that one. Okay, we'll take that one then. We'll just take that one and go direct. It's a bit dumb, really. There's no proper procedures, basically, here in Vancouver. Okay, we'll just ignore that. From there, we are going direct to Fasbo. And then we are taking J528. Someone just came on Unicom there and decided to just...
Vancouver traffic, Canadian 78 heavy. Gate 64, pushing back taxiing runway 08 right for a southwest departure.
And then on to J502. And we're taking that to Henry. There, that's today's route, so quite a long flight, 700 miles, but very short route. So we'll go ahead and execute that and then choose our arrival. Now, in terms of arrivals, there is absolutely no SIDS or stars at Juneau. Now, if I check the weather, what have we got at the moment down in Juneau? It is 0 degrees at 0 knots, so absolutely no wind, but that's closer to 08. For now, I'll choose 08, and we'll see what we end up with, because 08 is the only one that actually has our nav approaches. Transition, none of those are our last waypoints, we can't use them, so we'll just forget that, I guess. And we've got no ATC online, so we'll delete the vectors. Because we have absolutely no ATC online today. I'll probably just hand fly out to Fasbo, looking at that, so we'll have to wait and see. Right, init ref, 0 fuel weight, get that punched in there. Reserve today is 1, cost index 28 for today. Transition altitude 18,000 as always in the US and Canada, we just stick to that simple rule of it's 18,000, which I actually quite like. It's a bit more of a sensible approach, maybe. Right, cruise altitude 390. This thinks we can't make it up to 390. Interesting. Although the thing is, we're meant to be travelling 720 miles today. We're actually travelling 791 because of the wind. 320 at 034 are today's cruise wind. Oh, can this thing only go up to 380? Oh wait, no, I'm being silly. It's set 380. I'm just being silly. It actually did set. I'm thinking yesterday's flight. Why is that an invalid entry? Can I not change my cruise altitude? Is it joking? What? Okay, what if I go to the cruise page? Oh, I have to slash. 380. There. Okay, we can't change it from that page, but we can change it from the other one, fine. With all the putting in the planned fuel, it's fine. Right, M1 limit, no D rates, why not? And winds today in Vancouver. What we got? CYVR. We might have had, no, we haven't had the 8:30 weather yet. I'm surprised. 060 at 7. Obviously no slope on the runway, and that temperature thing doesn't seem to work. I'm pretty sure it's temperature. It's 4. Oh, it already says +4. It knows the temperature. Great. So flaps 5. I'm thinking. Oh, 152. That looks like a bit of a high takeoff speed. What does flaps 10 give us? Are we using... We've got flaps 10, yeah. 1.4, no, that's a bit better. We'll use flaps 10 to take off today then. V2, 149. Right, let's get all these little things on. This can go straight up to 380. And then I better start setting up the aircraft. So, go up here. Let's get the APU started. Actually, I never turned the APU off, so that's good. Considering we are running a little bit short for GSX, considering GSX has already finished half of its service. It's ahead of us today. So I think we're all good. I've turned all the gens on, the packs are off, so turn on the anti-collision lights, and we are ready to get underway on today's flight. First of all, actually, let's just calculate the centre of gravity. Trim 4.69 today, so we'll set that. And if we look through the route, we should be ready to go. We've only got 4 pages on today's route. Absolutely crazy. Right, set that in there. May as well turn the TCAS on, we're online. And let's go ahead and push back. So push back. And we'll go, well, we can't go left, can we? We'll have to go straight. We'll have to go straight back. Today, on today's flight. So, flight K has already started and ready. Obviously, those charts are no good to us for now, so we'll just ignore them.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
Great. We are ready for pushback. Auto brakes into RTO position.
Locking gear.
I do like this new pack. It's only a tenner on the Steam store. It's absolutely lovely. This sort of realistic texture pack on the ground. You get some new runways and new textures and on the ground, and also glass in the terminals as well. So you get some nice. Oh, you can go left. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing what GSX does with us now. Oh, we haven't closed any of the doors. That's a bit silly of me. And we will set our parking brake. Ground connections off. And that should be everything. Yes.
Bypass pin inserted.
Progress page 700.
Vancouver traffic, Canadian 78 heavy, lining up runway 08. Right, departure southwest Vancouver.
So it's using 08 right, that other plane, wherever it is. We're using 08 left. Also, let's set our, what's it called, like barrow to the correct position. We are in America, so we are using the other setting, the 299er setting. So 299er 6. Using today. That's today's barrow, and we'll stick with that for until 18,000 feet. Right, let's go ahead and get engines on. Engine number 1 is going online. I'm looking forward to seeing what GSX does with this. I've told it to make the back of the plane, like, so we're facing out that way properly. I'm waiting to see what it'll do. For all I know, it could just totally glitch us out and then does, yeah. I'm thinking it's even like
traffic, Canadian 78 heavy, rolling
what's going on?
Right. Departure to the southwest, right turnout. Vancouver.
Everyone's going on. I seriously think, unless GSX is pushing us into this stand here, it's got the wrong idea. It's definitely doing the wrong thing. Even though I selected the other one or whatever, because I selected it, make it go left. This is right, like from the back of the plane, right. Engines are basically, you know, fire themselves up pretty well. I think GSX is still going though, so we might. I don't know. I think GSX is messing up here. Maybe we should have selected a different stand to get a better push. Right, that one can go into continuous. Wait for the other engine to fire itself up, and that can go into this position now.
Set parking brakes.
Yeah, GSX has messed us up here. Great, GSX, thank you.
Confirmation for good engine start.
Thank you, GSX, for pushing us to the wrong area of the airport. And this one can go back into continuous as well. On and on to the engine gens. Off goes the APU. Packs can come back on. And tax lights can come on. And that is it, everyone. We are ready to get underway for takeoff. We'll set 080 in the heading. And nav, VNav.
Unlocking gear.
Check the recall.
Vancouver traffic,
good.
Canadian 78 heavy, airborne passing 1700. Course level
Start the block time clock.
Just right down to Vancouver VR, south westbound.
Okay, apparently we're using 08 right. So it looks like we're using the 8 right,
Left is clear.
because apparently
Right is
that's more common for today. What's this here? We'll stick with this one. And that means it's deleted our takeoff speeds. Great. So, oh, they're exactly the same. Really, game? They're exactly the same. Exactly the same speeds, so it doesn't really matter. So we're going off 08 right now. We're going to have to turn this thing around, actually. Unfortunately, because it's decided to be extremely stupid. So it's that runway there, I believe. So we'll taxi out this way. Right, let's get out of this mess that GSX has left us in. Right, flaps going up to 10. A little bit higher than normal. Obviously, this is a bigger plane, which is kind of why we have the higher speeds. And yeah, anything above 150, if we can try and get it just below that, back into the normal range for a V2. I'm sure it would have been fine with the flaps 5 departure, but oh well. We're going with a flaps 10 departure now. This is so dumb. GSX, why did you push me the wrong way? I knew it couldn't have done a left one because there was a building there. But obviously it decided against that, so oh well. GSX is just being a bit stupid, I guess. Right, let's get ourselves over to this runway then. What's Air Canada 304 using? That's what I'm interested in. Air Canada 304 is at 12,000 feet though, so we're okay. Right, that's back to the terminal, so... we're going to head down to the left. I've got no ATC today actually, and I'm the only plane heading in the direction of Juneau this morning. Oh, right, so it's working good, our overlay. Let's just check the weather for Vancouver. Maybe they update it on an hourly basis here. They must do. Right, so we're coming up now to... okay, it doesn't really matter what the taxiways are, to be honest, for me. Right, we're going to turn left here and try and head our way over to 8 right. And welcome everyone on board Aurora Airways on our way down to Juneau today. Flight time today should be about an hour and 57 minutes, cruising at 38,000 feet. That's a little passenger announcement for you guys. Also, you now know that our flight time, hour and 57 minutes, is planned. We'll wait and see what we're actually going to get. Oh, these are some texture glitches. Caused by the new pack. Could be. I quite like the new pack though. It makes the taxiways look a lot more realistic. Right, we're coming up on... right, I want to know what is that... which runway is 08 right? It's the one that's directly... it's that one there, I think. Right, set flaps 10. Right, it's such a pain really that we've got no ground chart. We could have, I mean, Vancouver's a big airport. We could have done with one, but sadly we haven't got one. So, oh well. We'll stick with that, I guess. So our runway is meant to be just up here, according to our little plane. If I set it to 5 miles, we might get a bit of a better idea. There you go. That's better. Oh, we can just use this for ground manoeuvring. That's great. And we'll fly runway heading as well. So we'll set runway heading when we're lined up. And then we'll fly runway heading out, hopefully. Right, slow it down so we can take this corner. There's nothing else on the ground here now, so we're okay. We haven't got much fuel in the centre tank, so I'll expect it'll run out, you know, fairly soon. So heading over, that's not 08. That diagonal one isn't 08. It's another runway. Long taxi today. I'm glad I didn't have any ATC giving us taxi instructions with this. Because I don't have a ground chart. Great. It's just like absolute nightmare that. If we ever fly to Vancouver again, I need to try and not use ChartFox and use a different package. Because the resource where it's getting its charts from is obviously not very good. Right, so this runway alongside us, that's not 08, that's a different runway. 13 maybe, I'm not really sure. This is 08, so we'll take this right here and then taxi all the way down. I hope you guys like these new textures. I actually really like them. They're only a tenner, and it gets you a little bit more realistic scenery. Apparently the runways are what's most improved looking at the reviews, so we'll wait and see when we're approaching. Apparently it makes it a bit more immersive, so we'll wait and see when we land in Juneau to see if the runway does look a lot better. I'm hoping it'll help us out on our VFR flying, because as we know the runways in FSX, particularly the small ones, aren't very good and then quite difficult to see. So yeah, this is runway 12, so we'll cross this. Now, where's that Air Canada? It's now at 8,000 feet, and that was 2 minutes ago. Okay, that Air Canada is getting closer. It's a 777 from Montreal, so I will definitely contact Unicom to be like, which runway you're using. Right, I'm going to go to this entrance point here. I'm going to go. No point going all the way to the end, it's quite a long runway. And it's not much difference really, that's where the runway really starts. So we'll, yeah, it's a very long runway, so we shouldn't have any problems getting up to our V speeds for this morning. Yeah, it's interesting flying the 737-900. I haven't flown it for, well, I've never flown it, this variant, the 737, so it's quite interesting. Right, here we are coming up to Lima, get on to Lima 4. The taxi signs, there are more taxi signs in this mod than there were like originally in the game, so I'm... Hey, how do you get to that further point? How do you get to it? Oh, I think there's just no taxi lines. Okay, great. Right, just sending a message on there to say, look, Air Canada 304, what are you using? What runway? Because I need to know what runway they're using in order to... Are we going to get a response? Oh, I don't see anything on my TCAS. Put it up to 10. There you go. I don't see anything on my TCAS. So I think we're clear. Because we're not receiving any reply, so... 8 left. Okay, it's fine. So they're using 8 left. Good job we use 8 right, I guess, then. Let's get out of here. Underway from Vancouver International Airport. Down in our way to the small-ish airport of Juneau. It's quite a small community, only linked by air, really. So, yeah, I would have thought it'd be more of a 737-700 destination. In real life, they use a 700, but... This flight UK thought otherwise. Right, start the clock up to 40%. Roll in and toga. Enjoy the flight, everyone. Away we go for an hour and 57 minutes of flying. Airspeed's live. $100 knots. V1. Rotate.
V2.
And away we go into the air, guys. Not too cloudy today, by the looks of it. We didn't receive a de-icing from GSX, so... I mean, it's not raining. That's what I looked at. When it's raining, that's when you really need it. Right, positive brake gear's going up. So down to flats 5. Oh, we're out of centre tank fuel already. Ooh. That was quick. Maybe we should have used it during cruise. That was quick. Okay. Right, let this thing gain some speed now. I'm going to go ahead and hand fly it. I deleted the vector. Oh, I forgot. I'm so dumb. Right, direct to Fasbo. And I'll hand fly this thing to Fasbo. Can't believe that. Right. Pitch this thing down. I left the vector in there when I changed the approach, when I changed the SID. Right, starting to gain some airspeed now. Flaps back to 2. Flaps 1. And flaps up. Auto brake into the off position. Lovely day here in Vancouver actually, so we can just hand fly it a little bit of the way. A little bit of a cloud here. Right, the plane's reached 250 knots, so, and there's 5,000 feet. Autopilot on. These can go into the off position. These lights can go off. Retracts, I think, come off at this stage. That's one thing I've always been confused, you know, with the retracts and all that. Right, flaps fully in. Let's just check we've done everything right. All this was done before. All this has been done too. Cool. And here we go into the mist of Vancouver. This is the wing flapping about I was talking about. Look at it, that wing. Going, woo, it's on a party. As we are in the clouds. Climbing up. Let's have a look at the current weather in Vancouver. It's pretty good. Although this is still the old weather. So great, thank you Active Sky for providing us with a weather that's an hour out of date. Right, clouds aren't too bad actually. We are, you know, pretty much above them already. Coming up to past 8,000, no, 10,000 feet. Obviously transition altitude in the US 18,000. That's when the seatbelt signs come on and off as well. Oh, I forgot to set this. Up to 390. That's a bit stupid of me. And it's not even 380, it's 380. That's even better. Right there. I'm coming in. Getting some. Honestly, this plane, this PMDG gets such good on the frames. It's such a detailed plane as well, and you know, like it is really good on the frames. Right, let's set our weather now to what we have in Juneau. Weather in Juneau was updated 7 minutes ago. That's so precise. Pressure down there 3005, -4. No winds reported though. We've got a few clouds at 2,000 feet, but not many. So we're okay. Now we might need to use anti-ice then if it's -4. If we start to get rain or anti-ice warning, I'd recommend using it. Where on earth is the anti-ice on this thing? There it is. So yeah, if we need to use it, do we get a warning about about anti-ice on one of these there? That's where we get a warning about anti-ice. So that's what we'll need to use. Oh, it's lovely scenery this with the clouds. Look at it. Canada does provide some nice scenery. I rarely fly around Canada on this game, but I've never actually flown this far north, really. So, and the clouds, I can see there's not too many clouds along our route this morning. We've got very few waypoints, really. We've got some big gaps between waypoints later on. Right, this can go into 80 nautical mile range then. And we'll set our heading to that. And we'll go over to Simbrief, cross off charts for Vancouver. Not that they were any use to us whatsoever. Oh, we can see a little bit of weather on our weather radar. So obviously, if it's just green, that's okay. It's just a message to keep the seatbelt signs on. Same with yellow. Then red, though, you want to avoid that. We don't want to be going through a patch of red with this thing. We'll have to dodge it using our own vectors. Hopefully we won't get weather that bad. We'll wait and see. At the moment, I'm the only plane inbound Juneau. Right, off come the seatbelt signs. and standard pressure. And there we go, so there's a little patch of weather off that way. We're not passing through that, so we're okay for now. And as we get higher, I reckon that'll clear anyway, really. So, just check the TCAS and that's on, isn't it? Yep. We're all good. Left the gate 16 minutes ago, but in the air 6 minutes. Was quite a long taxi. So we're passing up now through these clouds, very sort of thin clouds, so that should be okay. What's our landing speed? 139, so it's about an average. It's not much higher than the 737, the regular one. It's enough to notice a difference, but not much more than that. So we'll definitely use flaps 40 because I don't think Juneau's got a very long runway. No, it's alright. It's longer than Krakow's, amazingly. In Krakow we had no problem stopping. See, look, there's some red. That's weather to be scared of. Not scared of, but we don't want to be near it. Luckily, it's all the way over there. Those nasty looking clouds. There was a weather warning on active sky over Seattle this morning and much of the US. Like moderate turbulence and things like that. But the areas we're flying over have no warnings, no weather warnings currently. So hopefully we'll, avoid most of the bad weather. I believe Juneau is quite a high up airport. I mean, our landing altitude, oh no, it isn't that high up, just 75. That's our landing altitude, so I'll set that to 100 if you round it up. Let's have a look at our approach actually. I'm quite interested. We're doing an RNAV approach, I believe. Oh, so basically just going to Ogemi, which is actually like 260 miles after our last waypoint, and then heading into the airport, although it doesn't look like the runway and the approach are actually in line with each other. What's that about? We'll have a look at the RNAV approach when we get a chance. We'll have a look at both of them, the T and the... It was the T and the V. We'll have a look at both of them and the LDAs as well to see which approach we should take in today. Having a look at the weather in Juneau. Obviously no wind at the moment. We'll wait and see what we get when we get closer. And we'll check the charts once we are up at cruise altitude. So after this, it's a little left turn at Trainer, and then it's 250 nautical miles to Doug's. Quite a long gap to Henry, and then a massive gap to Ogemi. So it's basically just a lot of quite long gaps between waypoints. No weather at the moment to worry about. It is quite cloudy down there, but we can still see some of that Canadian scenery. Frames are wonderful. We're getting solid 60s, which don't always get. So, well, actually inside the cockpit we're getting 30, and then outside the cockpit we're getting 60. That's actually really random. Okay. In this view we're getting like 60 FPS. In this view we get like 30. Okay. So with FSX, as long as it's above 25, the frames never feel bad. Like, they feel really, really smooth, so... There's never really any problem with it, so... Whatever. Right, that weather now we've climbed a little bit higher doesn't seem to be a problem anymore. I mean, it was quite far away anyway, so... It wouldn't have affected us. It would have affected us if we were coming out of Seattle. Maybe. not expecting any ATC again today, really. The US does tend to be a lot quieter in terms of ATC at this time of day. It gets much busier later in the day, obviously, because generally people from the US will fly in the US more. So, and obviously they're not up yet, because local time in Vancouver, I've had to switch the GMT time round, so it's like 5 o'clock, because right now in Vancouver it's like midnight. So, obviously no one, very few people will be up flight simming in Vancouver. I wouldn't expect anybody to be. So my game is like 8 hours basically ahead of real life. So we just adjusted the time zone slightly. By slightly I mean 8 hours. It's not really slightly, is it? Looks like this thing's a fan of climbing quite slowly. Looking for a speed of 0.785 Mach today. Not quite as fast then as Thursday's flight to Krakow. That was quite something. Next Thursday we're going from Krakow down to Thessaloniki in the 737, and then Saturday we'll be taking an A320, some Greek island hopping like we did last time, which coincidentally we actually finished off in Thessaloniki last time. So maybe on to, I don't know, we did Corfu last time and we did Athens last time. They're the two airports we did. We went Athens to Corfu and then Corfu to Thessaloniki, so maybe we'll visit one of the other islands. We'll probably do a multi-hop. We haven't done 2 hops in quite some time. I remember we used to do a lot more short 2 hops per stream. Like we did like maybe 45-minute flights and 2 of them per stream. But more recently I've started doing these more sort of 2-hour-long flights and then doing 1. So I think that's next week plan. One lot of 737, another lot of A320. I've also been looking at another plane to buy. The ATR isn't much good, I'll be honest. It's an alright plane. Luckily I got it on sale for about £25–30, so not too bad. So I definitely want a sale. I probably would buy it if you're the sort of person that has a good PC. You need a good PC to run it. I mean, this PC is pretty good. It's got a 1660S in it and an i5 7500. So, I mean, maybe it could do with a bit of a beef on the processor side, but it's pretty good. It's a fairly good computer. You're still getting 20–30 frames in an ATR 72. I mean, it can run this plane, look, and clouds, and Vatsim, and streaming software. So maybe a little bit. It's a shame because the problem is it's got a fully optimised cabin, like a full decal cabin, and I can't figure out. I don't think you can get rid of the cabin, but that's what lags it out, I think. Because if you look in this plane, look, it's got a really, really badly detailed cabin, but it doesn't really matter because how often do we look at the cabin? Never. In fact, I literally never go inside the cabin apart from, the odd one every now and then. And just then, it was to show you guys the cabin. It wasn't really anything else than that. So, definitely wonder what the point is of putting in a good quality cabin. When I buy a plane in flights in, my priority is like, is it a good plane? Is it like it is in real life? Not does it have a cabin? So I'm looking at the Mad Dog MD-80. It's about, was it €60? So, no, it's about €68, about £60. So it's quite expensive, but it's I was thinking it's cheaper than the 777 though. The 777 made by PMDG I was thinking about, because this is a PMDG plane and it's wonderful. But it's about £70. It's a joke. I think it's like £78. It's a lot of money. And really, it's more suited to long flights, which I don't tend to do. So the MD-80, I think we'll go with. I might buy that in a month, and then we'll start flying that. I've watched a couple of tutorials. It's quite similar to this plane. Maybe a bit more of an old school version of this plane. I'll have to watch a few more videos to see how the autopilot works and to see how you fly it, but if it turns out it is quite similar to this plane, I think you can expect the MD-80 on this channel quite soon, and Fly UK actually do fly the MD-80 with Aurora around the US, which is the same franchise that we're flying currently. I love this livery though, it's such a nice livery, look at it. I mean, blue is one of my favourite colours. And it's been named Aurora after the Northern Lights, which is really cool. That's obviously why you have the colour scheme. There's a green and a purple and a blue, it's beautiful. Much nicer than Topaz Sky's livery. I'm not a fan of Topaz Sky's livery really. Orange and blue, it's alright, but it also, like, I don't know, it's quite a poor texture livery as well. So, it's alright, I guess, but I prefer Aurora and I prefer Nordic. Partially because they're both blue though. I love the colour blue, as you can probably tell from my overlays. Right, looking at Juneau, no latest weather based on what we've had previously. So, yeah, I mean, it seems quite unlikely we'll have no wind at all. According to the forecast, though, we are going to have no wind, really. I mean, look at the forecast. Nothing's actually changing. I don't think the forecast... This whole, like, you can ask for the forecast in an hour's time. I'm not sure how accurate it is, because it doesn't even change anything. So, I don't know. The clouds, we've got a few at 2,000 feet. Apart from that, they're pretty good. Looking at this, according to this, we should be approaching our thought descent in about 5 minutes. According to the Boeing, we are about 5 minutes off, so it's pretty good. What this thing's calculated, it thinks top descent in an hour and 8 minutes, and we'll reach hour and a half to get to Juneau. This plane is saying about an hour and 35, so that's overall flight time of about an hour and 53, which is slightly shorter than what was planned originally. I mean, Krakow, how long was the flight then? It was about an hour and 35, wasn't it? It was a bit of a shorter flight. This one's a little bit longer. It's about 50 miles longer. But when we flew to Krakow, the winds were in our favour. The winds are completely the opposite today. As you can see, we currently have a 54 knot headwind, which is lovely. Literally, look, we're facing 292, and the wind is coming from 294. Like, it's a pure headwind mess. And, you know, it's not what I would have wanted. So we do change course slightly later on, which will speed us up, hopefully. I bet the wind will just change to follow us round, but what can we do about it? It's wind, you can't control it. We've just got to hope it calms down, maybe. I mean, the cruise wind we entered into our FMC, the average cruise wind, was totally different to what we're getting right now, so... oh well. Right, we're passing 36,000 feet. This thing's like going full Airbus climb today. It's climbing right slowly. I don't know why. Why have we stopped at 36,000 feet? And the gear's not out, so that isn't a reason for slowing down the climb. What's going on? This thing's really just brought its climb to a halt. Okay, I don't know, we just randomly stopped climbing for a bit then, now we're going a bit further up. Apparently this thing's max altitude is 390, so... I'll check now on the Fly UK Fleet Centre. If that's true, it hasn't got a very good service ceiling. It's 41,000 apparently, the service ceiling. Although we were meant to cruise at 320, according to Fly UK, that's the best altitude for us. And then Simbrief came back and I was like, nope, you're cruising at 380. Obviously, Simbrief is what you have to trust with the altitude, because Fly UK just, you know, they plan it once and then leave it. But the altitude cruise, that is quite important, depending on wind and things like that, so it can be much quicker to cruise at a certain altitude than others, depending on what wind we've got going, which is why I'm really hoping the wind will die down by the time we actually get to cruise. To follow the trend that Fly UK said, existed. But yeah, it's really crawling up. But at this speed, we would reach it at the time it says we're going to reach it. So I guess it's just playing quite a slow climb for whatever reason. They must have preferred a bit of a slower climb, I guess. And it does randomly slow down its climb at some points as well, which is quite weird. So we're passing like 37,000 right now. Hopefully we can sort of stick around that. We'll wait and see. There goes our little altitude horn. Thank you, plane, to tell us that we are approaching cruise altitude, or at least the altitude that's set in our, was it MCP, I think, something like that. So passing 37,400 feet. We'll wait and see what we get now. Landing speed's decreased to 138, which is a little bit better. Kind of nice, I guess. And for once, I don't need to change the descent level, like transition level, because it's always 18,000 in the US, obviously. US and Canada, that's the rule. 18,000 transition level everywhere, as far as I'm aware, isn't it? Because that's where the pressure actually changes, unlike in the UK and Europe, where it's mostly 6,000 everywhere, but it varies on airports. So in some it's like 5,000. Krakow was 6,500, which is quite random. Right, finally we're reaching flight level 380. It's taken its time, this plane. I don't know why it's climbing so slowly. Next time we fly this plane, we'll definitely cruise lower. That's certain. That's why it recommended flight level 360, I think, for today's flight. Yeah, it recommended flight level, there's 370 is what it recommended. So that's, unfortunately, maybe we should listen to the plane on that one, but oh well, we've reached cruise altitude now. And this thing can start, backing up on the throttle a little bit. And we can start looking at the charts for arrival. So this is Juneau, very small airport, landing on runway 08, I think, and then we'll vacate on Foxtrot. That's closed, I'm pretty sure, because it says XX. That's normally means closed. And then approach, we've got the LDA or the RNAV. Oh, the RNAV is flying visual to the airport, so we'll use the LDA, I think. So let me just set that in our plane now, because the RNAV involves doing it visually and I'd rather not. LDA, Zulu, I guess. Transition, can we use any of these? No. None of those are our last waypoints, so we're able to use them. Let's have a look at that then. How's that as an approach? There you go, that's a better approach, isn't it? Although it's still slightly off with the runway. They both involve like flying visually, I think. So maybe it's a better idea to use the RNAV. Don't know. So what's this chart basically telling us? Let's have a look. So it does say ADF or DME required. Okay, we'll go back to using the RNAV. What's the RNAV T? What's the difference? Like between the RNAV T and the RNAV V. They're literally the same. Okay. We'll go back with what we're using originally then. And arrive in, and then it's from Aurora. It's only 2 miles to the airport. That's kind of a problem. So what do we do after, basically? So this is RNAV Victor, which is the one we're using. So you come into Ugemi, in, and then at Aurora, you fly visual to the airport, 2.2 miles. Okay, so that looks like that's what we do, and then that's missed approach. So we come in at Ugemi, might set Nimla as our... Is that a transition we can use? I think we'll just leave it. Fly direct to Ugemi, fly in. We have to be at 3,400 or is it above, I think, and then we fly in. And then it's visual to the airport from there by the looks of it. Okay. Minimums, we are at Cat C aircraft, so it just says NA. Can we not fly that as a Cat C aircraft? Oh, we can't. Okay. We'll have to use the LDA then. It looks about the same anyway. So let's have a look at this. So we fly, hold 6,500 there, then it's into the airport. And then there's the airport basically. There's the strip there. So maybe we do have more time to get ready for landing. So we'll have to use it by the looks of this. That's what our minimums are. LDA 8, that's our minimums. And then Cat D is not applicable. So it looks like this airport doesn't support Cat D aircraft, does it? So we'll set LDA Zulu, is it? Let's have a check of that. Does it really matter actually? What's this chart for? Oh, this chart is for LDA X-ray, so we'll use X. And transition-wise, is anything useful to us? I'd like to try and get on by Linz, if that's like... There's Elephant. That's where we're coming from. Elephant, EEF. So we'll set EEF as our transition. Execute that. Let's have a look at our approach now. So we head to... Yeah, that's a more sort of controlled approach in now. I've selected a transition. Cool. So we head in, it's 5,600 or above at the Elephant, and is that NDB maybe? And then we fly into Linz. What's this ENFNB9? It's just like a little waypoint sort of thing. And then into the airport. And we have 3.5 miles to get ready rather than 2.5. Cool. Alright, bit of a faff there choosing what our approach should be. I bet now after all this it won't be 08 anymore, although I think we have to approach on 08 really, looking at that. It looks like it's the only runway they've got approaches for. Right, minimums are... Right, we'll take this top one. They actually say that's night minimum, so this is what we want, day. So this is for circling the airport. This is what we want here. So 3175 are our minimums for some reason. Why are they so high? So I was willing to see the airport quite far out. But if I do that, it's super slow, okay. I wish I didn't have to do this. It takes ages to scroll it all the way up. What was it, like 3175 or something? Yeah. And what's the airport elevation then? Airport elevation is 26. Great. So for some reason we have a really high minimums for whatever reason. But I guess that is just, that's what it's decided, isn't it? So, and that's by after Barlow, I think that'll be. That minimums after Barlow. That's when we'll have minimums. Because we need to be above 3,700 at that. There's Barlow. So after Barlow, it doesn't say at 37,000 by the way. Plane. It says above 3,700. So, and Linz. What does it say about Linz? I think this thing might have got the approach wrong. Also, no, it's actually a bit of an out of date. So at Linz, it's correct, isn't it? But then from there, yeah, Linz is above 5,600. It's above 3,700. There. That's everything all ready then. That's taken us a bit of time, hasn't it? We've got 416 miles left till top of descent, so about just under an hour. What? 400 miles an hour? Ooh. They are going quite slowly though. Winds have died down mildly, only mildly. What were the charts for Canada then? Because this thing, I do forget, Fly UK also supplies charts. Oh, page not found. Has this thing even got, like... It makes me wonder sometimes. Is Canada, like, has Vancouver even got charts? Let's have a look at Active Sky then. What is our current weather down in Juneau? Oh, we've still got... I think they update it hourly in Canada. They don't update it every half hour. It's definitely hourly. So we'll get another update in about 25 minutes, half hour. Something like that. And wait and see then. I bet it will change to 2.6, but by the looks of those charts, we can't approach using 2.6. It's unbelievable sometimes. Just moving the chart window back where it goes. And then when we land, it's, try and vacate on Golf or maybe Foxtrot if we can make it, and then taxi into the terminal. It's a very small, basic airport, so hopefully it won't be too cloudy, or we might have to start planning for our alternate. But I'm pretty sure we shouldn't have any problems. I think we'll be okay, really. The wind is bad, like the weather's bad, but no, it's not even bad, but it could get bad. And obviously, given our minimums, we have to be able to see the runway after, 3,200 feet. It's quite, because it's mostly visual, the last part. We do need to watch. We need to be able to see the plane. Obviously, this airport doesn't have any ILS. It doesn't have any high-tech equipment, which is why we have high minimums and why, we couldn't do an auto land here if we couldn't see the runway, say. But at the moment, it's only partly cloudy down in Juneau. Hopefully, it can stay like that. Our alternate, FlyK hasn't given us an alternate. Alternate, according to SimBrief, is Whitehorse International in Canada. That's our alternate, according to this. Let's have a look at what other airports are in the area. I think we'll be okay, though, personally. Okay, there's not much in the area. What's PAGS? How are they? Unfortunately, I can't actually click on the airports. There you go, I'll click alternates. According to this, that's the only suitable alternate. Great. So on alternates, there's also Yakutat we could use. That's another one that's quite close by as a suitable alternate. So they'd be our two alternates, probably Yakutat or White Horse, but I think we're okay for now. So we can keep going. I'll probably use White Horse because that's the one that's been planned. Obviously, that is if the wind, the clouds, because at the moment there's a few at 2,000, but it's only a few. It's only partly cloudy. So unless those clouds settle and become a problem, which I'm really hoping they don't, we'll have to wait for the next weather update. Like, if it's like this, we're fine. Like, if it's just little scattered clouds like this we're seeing now, I don't mind. We'll have to wait and see until we're on final, unless it's like thick cloud, like fog. So how are we doing right now? We've got 170 miles left to go to Doug's, and then on to Henry, and then it's our approach 255 miles after that. We have 383 miles left at Crows. We should be in Juneau in about an hour and 15 minutes time, landing according to this about 4 minutes ahead of schedule, of hour and 57 minutes. We left the blocks half hour early. We took off 10 minutes after that. So we took off about 7:55 Zulu. So we took off 20 minutes early. So according to Fly UK, we should be down 20 minutes early. So 9:55 Zulu, we should be on the ground. And looking at our ETE, we'll meet that definitely. So yeah, estimated time en route according to fuel plan at 2 hours and 2 minutes. We'll wait and see what it ends up being by the time we get down there. Unfortunately, yes, we have got that headwind, which is a bit of a pain. We have changed course slightly, and so is the wind. So I'm really hoping, we've got a 44 knot headwind, and the wind is 45 knots, so it's pretty much entirely a headwind. So oh well, I guess. It's a bit of a problem, isn't it? But have to stick with it, I guess. Fuel, we should be landing with 3.2 kilos. We're meant to be landing with even say what we're meant to be landing with. I don't know, they've got nothing here about what fuel we're meant to land with. It just says trip fuel, and then plus 15 minutes, and then plus alternate, and then plus final reserves. So we'll take off the 15 minutes allowance and the trip fuel from this, which gives us 5,400 off our original, meaning we should land with about 2,800 to 3,000 kilos of fuel. So at the moment we're definitely good for fuel. At the moment, nothing heading for Juneau. It's kind of expected. There's literally nothing around here in Alaska. Very quiet. Oh, currently we're over Canada, and then we'll be crossing into Alaska shortly before we touch down in Juneau. So hopefully we can continue at this pace. I don't know, it would be nice if the winds died down actually. If I look at the weather map, which I will do now after checking the weather for Juneau, hasn't updated now. There's no weather warnings. It's looking like actually quite low cloud over where we are. Sadly, if I look at Juneau, currently the clouds look, I can see it's in a patch of no cloud look. Quite thin cloud, but this thick cloud here, if this is heading in this direction, which that suggests it might be, let's have a look. If I move this forward. Oh dear. So in an hour's time, there you go, this is at 10:37 Zulu. This is around when we're landing. No, it isn't actually. We're landing at 9:30. We'll go with 9:30. That's when we're going to be landing. It's very thick. So, but there is a little thin patch look, so hopefully we can catch it just in that right point where it's nice and thin cloud. But we'll have to wait and see how we do. I'm really hoping we don't have any problems, but we'll wait and see. There's our little plane look, chugging along. Headwind 44.56 look. Ooh, temperature -52 outside. Estimated arrival at next waypoint 10 minutes, which is correct. So, according to our plane, so it's very. Yeah, we will have to watch. Hopefully, everything will be okay, and that cloud won't be as bad as it looks on there. Right, this is all done. I mean, if the cloud can stay like this, as I said, it would be lovely. There's really very little cloud, as we've seen on active sky. And despite it being cold in Juneau, as long as it's not raining, we shouldn't have a problem with anti-ice. Because obviously ice can't form if there's no water. So, hopefully it doesn't rain either. But, currently we haven't got any rain, so we won't need anti-ice. All the lights in the aircraft are working. It's quite funny when you do that, really. It was quite nice out the window, not too bad conditions out there. Got 53 nautical miles to Doug's, and then onwards to the next waypoint, which is Hanbury, in another 110 miles. We will be turning slightly to the right, which will speed us up a little bit, which will be nice. For some reason we have, well, it's because I have the APU on, that's why. We've used a lot more fuel, not a lot more, but a bit more in the left side. I forget. It's because you take the fuel out of the left side of the engine, like for the left side for APU, which is why you always start the right engine first, which is obviously what we did. We started the engine 2 first. So whichever side the APU fuel comes out of, you start the opposite side first to try and balance it out. Obviously centre tanks, ran out quite quickly actually, didn't they? So we'll wait and see on that, see what we get. For now though, it's basically just sit back and chill, enjoy the ride on board Skyways Flight 3106 on our way down to Juneau, Alaska. Juneau. It's quite interesting spelling. I wasn't totally sure how to pronounce it, but I've heard of people say Juneau, so. And as usual, I did that trick of just go on to Google Translate and see how you're meant to pronounce it. Because generally, I know Google Translate isn't the best for pronunciation, but it tends to be pretty good with names of places. So. I'm not sure how well known a place Juneau actually is. It's not a big airport. I mean, we already know that, really, from the fact that we can only approach on runway 08. Can't approach on the other runway. It hasn't got any approaches, which is quite interesting. I bet you probably could. I mean, does it say? I'm looking at some charts on here. It's something about alternate minimums. So this is for the whole of, it's actually for the whole of Canada, I think. Where's Dre? Where's Juneau? Can I even see Juneau? Is Juneau on here? Okay, Juneau might actually be on here. I'm looking on here. Oh, there it is. Day. All categories 3200. No, so that's the minimums we use. Even alternate minimums, so. There are no land and hold short operations for Alaska. That's just takeoff minimums. So we've got nothing useful in terms of our other charts or alternate minimums for the airport. Ultimate minimums are 3200. Still, they're not any different. So, it's a little bit of weather flowing on our weather radar. It could also be turbulence. It's weather and turbulence meant to display. Oh, what's this? Glitchy weather textures. Yeah, okay. Let's just ignore that. Great. That weather doesn't really seem to bother us though, does it? So hopefully it'll be okay when we land. We should get an updated weather report on Juneau in about 13 minutes time. If it's an hour, like an hour since the last update plus a couple of minutes. See how warm it is. I mean, it's -4 right now still down in Juneau, so we'll wait and see what we'll have when we land. Obviously, with current clouds from that ATIS report, no, not ATIS, METAR, we'd be fine. With clouds few at 2,000 feet. A few at 2,000 feet are absolutely fine. We have no problems with a few clouds at 2,000 feet. If it was broken at 2,000 feet, that would be a problem for us. But at the moment, that isn't the case. And I'll accept broken for like past 3,000, but anything lower than that, anything lower than broken at 3,000, unless it's just scattered, we might have a problem. I'll try to land there as, you know, best I can. But if we can't see the runway at 3,200 feet, that's the rules of the airport, unfortunately. Because it only has an RNAV and an LDA. And we are using the LDA, aren't we? Because that's the only one we can use, actually. You can see that there is a little wall of weather. It's only green. It's a teeny bit to go. It's moving towards us, actually, so we could have problems with it later should it move much more forward. I don't know how quickly it's moving. If we look at that, it is moving slightly forward, so this little bit on the far end could blow into our path. It's only green, so... Oh, it's just gone. It literally all went. That's kind of odd. Oh, it's back now. It probably happens I went to tower view, that's probably what it did. Like it just wiped it, and then when the clouds come back, that comes back. Or maybe, oh there you go, no, it's actually getting bigger. More spread out, possibly. For now though, it's not a problem to us, but it is starting to drift into our path. You can see this sort of, it is moving closer, so by the time we get down here it might be across our path. It's only green, as I've said, so it'll probably just be a bit of turbulence. Maybe we'll turn and fasten seatbelt signs on, but apart from that we shouldn't have any issues. And we have turned slightly, which will hopefully, you know, increase our speed a little bit. That is now so close to being across our path, although it doesn't seem to be moving in that direction anymore, so maybe we've dodged it a bit. We'll wait and see what we end up with. Weather is a funny thing. I don't see any massive clouds though, so it's probably turbulent, if it is anything. There's a little speck of yellow though. It's constantly moving. I think it's going back down again now though. It's clearing. Out the window, got a nice little view there. Yeah, it's starting to clear that weather, so no worries, I don't think. Wait until it catches back up with us. But I think we're okay. It seems to be clearing now. It's moving all over the place. I mean, that little dot there wasn't there a minute ago, so we'll monitor it. But oh, it's just come back. It's got worse. So it's a bit odd, this weather. It seems to be, you know, just as you think it's getting better, it suddenly gets worse again, I guess. Weather can be a bit like that. Oh, I think it is now moving in a different direction to us, because it does appear to be getting slightly further away from our path. I can't see any crazy weather over there, so hopefully that weather can just stay over there and not move over here. That would be nice. Winds have started to slow down now. They're down to just 40 knots, so our ground speed is improving a little bit, which is nice. It's what we want. Yeah, we haven't really got any problems with weather, look. It's all starting to thin out a bit more now, so we're okay, I think. hopefully. Start leaving that weather behind us. Definitely starting to thin out that weather now, so oh well, we'll leave that. Right, have we had the weather update on Juneau? No, we haven't. But the last piece of weather was updated an hour ago, so I would expect, you know, I mean, obviously there's always about a 5-minute, 10-minute delay on active sky, so I'd expect to have that new weather coming through in about 10 minutes, and that will probably be the weather that we use to land with. Because in an hour's time, we probably will be on the ground, or on final. We'll probably be on final, actually. That weather's just sort of staying there, isn't it? It's not going away, but it's not really bothering us. It's like, yeah, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to pose a small threat to you, but not really care. But it's, oh, that moved towards us, that did. Or maybe it moved away from us. There are little specks like that one that are quite close to us, but the main part of it back here is that. Oh, that's how it moved towards us, that's for certain. I'm just like, hopefully we can dodge it. Moving slightly closer to us again now, but looking at how it is, I reckon we'll probably sort of outlast it really. By the time we get there, it won't have passed yet. It's too slow for that. We're gonna beat it basically, I think. Out the window, got a pretty good view. Vatsim got 900 pilots online, so that seems fairly busy. Whoa, Europe is packed. Scotland control online. London control online. It's rammed. Totally rammed. Absolutely packed. That's nuts. Why so busy? And London Stansted control online, Heathrow's fully online, Gatwick online. Whoa, Heathrow's got 37 planes on the ground. Whoa. 37 planes. That's not normal. I wouldn't want to be in Heathrow right now. One, it would lag the game out, and two, 37 pilots on Vatsim. Yeah, chaos. Absolute chaos. 37 planes. That's too many. See, there are quite a few clouds. It clears a bit further down there. That's probably just a cloud draw distance thing. Saying that, we can see them all the way over there, so it probably isn't a draw distance thing. But the clouds are getting thicker, so we might have to descend through some clouds later. Speaking of weather reports, nope, nothing on Juneau yet. Okay, nothing. Still an hour out of date. Oh well. That's that, I guess. Nice little view out, isn't it? Nice little view. Nice to have a look outside. Lovely little plane this, isn't it? It's a lovely little plane. Right, that weather looks like it's starting to die down and start to go away. So that's nice. Thank you, weather. Please don't bother me. that's cool. So it looks like that weather never bothered us in the end. We might get some more when we start descending. We'll have to wait and see, but at least for now we're safe from the weather. 220 miles till descent, about, what's that? About half hour until descent. We are going slowly. Half hour to 200 miles. That's the wind for you. Unfortunately, the wind that simply told us we were going to have, we've had much more problems with wind than that. So our flight could end up being longer than an hour and 57 minutes at this rate. Yeah, that weather's now pretty much totally off our radar, which is lovely to see. After Henry, it's another 250 miles, and then that's our approach. We're taking the Elephant VO, the Elephant NDB into the approach, which starts at Linz, and then in from there. And it roughly now down to 136 on the speed, which is good, because this plane couldn't have been above 140 approach speed, because Juneau, by the looks of those charts, only supports Cat C or below aircraft, and the RNAV only supports Cat B or below. So we're lucky we're under 140 mile approach speed. Couldn't land a 777 in the Juneau, although I wouldn't want to try really. Right, it's now 10 o'clock. We might have had some updated weather for Juneau. No, not yet, sadly. So the weather we have for Juneau is currently an hour and 10 minutes out of date. Nice. Great. Actually, no, it's an hour and 10 minutes out of date. I'm expecting some new weather soon. Let's check the METAR for Juneau on here to see if we've got anything better. We have, oh no, the last METAR was from 8:53 Zulu. Yes, we have the updated weather on here. No wind still. Few at 2,100 feet. So, by the looks of this, we've got absolutely no problems, and that is the 8:53. Yeah, the 8:53 on VATSPY. But sadly, Active Sky hasn't updated yet, and we've still got the old METAR. Current location, it is cloudy below us. No wind though, 0 knots, and that's the current wind directly below us. And pressure is 1014 below our aircraft. And it's very cloudy where we are right now. Juneau still hasn't had updated anything, so. But it doesn't look like there's any wind in Juneau, and it looks like the clouds are still pretty calm, so. I'm happy with it. It's in a patch of like no cloud. So we should be okay for cloud. Obviously where we're over right now is cloudy. Look at that, thick cloud. I wonder how long that goes on for. Probably quite some time. I think we're over water right now, but can't really tell. Oh, there you go, you can just see through those clouds. Crazy. And Juneau hasn't had updated weather yet still. It's unbelievable. It's silly though, because the newer weather is clearly out because, well, Vatspy's got it. So the newest metal was out. Like, if I look on Vatspy, I've got the weather information from 8:53 Zulu, which is 7 minutes ago. Altimeter 3006. Altitude, we've got a few clouds at 2100 feet, few clouds at 5500 feet, and a few at flight level 230. So it looks like we've got blocks of clouds flying into Juneau today, but there's only a few clouds. It's not thick cloud, so we should be okay. There's no weather on our weather radar now. We're all clear. Nice. And we should be landing according to this in about 46 minutes. So, and that'll make us 4 minutes ahead of schedule. So that's pretty good. We'll wait and see what we get, really. Block time so far has been 1 hour and 17. Block time was meant to be 2 hours 25 today. We'll wait and see what it ends up being. Approach speed still 136, pretty good. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream, by the way. I think we had watching actually. Playbacks, oh, we've had 7 playbacks, not too bad. 7 playbacks is pretty good. So, yeah, I hope everyone is enjoying the stream. Obviously. If you are, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all the rest of it. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. Right, there is Henry, we've just hit it. Next waypoint, 255 miles time. And it is the Elephant NDB. Why have they named it an NDB elephant? Just saying. They've named it Elephant. It's so random. And apparently the short code for elephant is EEF. Despite the fact that elephant only has 1 E in it. No, it has 2 E's. Yeah, it doesn't have any F's though. It does have PH, which makes an F sound. So I can kind of get it, but maybe. Right, let's try Active Sky. Please say Active Sky, we've got the latest weather now. Nope, we haven't. Unbelievable this. You would have thought that Active Sky would be a bit more on top of the weather, wouldn't you? I can play a voice
Standard
briefing.
weather briefing for Charlie, Yankee, Victor, Romeo, 2, Papa, Alpha,
What on
Juliet,
earth?
November. No SIGMETs active for your route of flight. No AirMETs active for your route of flight. Current weather conditions for departure. Wind 0 to 4 at 7. Visibility 1, 0. Sky condition
Okay.
8,500. Scattered temperature 3. Dew point 0. Altimeter 2, 9er, 9er, 5. For the destination. Wind calm. Visibility 1, 0. Sky condition few clouds at 2,000. Few clouds at 5,000. 2500. Temperature -4. Dew point -6. Altimeter 3005. Forecast conditions for departure. Wind
This is
024
interesting.
at 7. Visibility 10. Sky condition 8500. Scattered temperature 3. Dew point 0. Altimeter 2995 for the destination at your estimated arrival time. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition few clouds at 2000. Few clouds at 5500.
Standard weather briefing for Charlie Yankee Victor
What
Romeo
the?
2 Papa Alpha Juliet November. No SIGMETs active for your route of flight.
I think it
no
just
air mats
changed.
active for your route of flight. Current weather conditions for your departure. Wind
it won't
0,
stop.
2, 4 at 7. Visibility 10. Sky condition 8500. Scattered temperature 3. Dew point 0. Altimeter 2995 for the destination. Wind calm. Visibility
It won't
10. Sky condition few clouds at 2000. Few clouds at 5500. Temperature -4. Dew point -6. Altimeter 3005. Forecast
stop.
conditions for your departure. Wind 024
Wait,
at
stop.
7. Visibility 10.
Stop. There. Okay, that's a bit odd. Now, I think it is fetching a new altimeter for Juneau because it says it says becoming ... which means it is about to change, but it can't figure it out yet. So the weather for Juneau is just frozen, I think. Okay, we'll let it sit with that and try and get it to find out the weather. See what it comes up with. We'll check back in about 2 minutes, I guess. Yeah, that briefing's interesting. It's still finding the new conditions at the moment, so oh well, let's just let it get on with that. Get on with its job. But honestly, we could have calm winds on landing, wouldn't it? Oh, there you go. The wind has now died down to what SimBrief said it would be at the start of the flight, roughly this. It's still a little bit off, but it's more accurate. And it has allowed us to speed up a little bit, which is nice. Currently nothing else heading for Juneau. That's kind of expected though, isn't it? I'm not surprised. That's for certain. Right, so it's quite a small airport. I don't know how many visits it gets per day on Vatsim. I don't imagine many. Right, it's been a minute. Okay, we'll give Active Sky another minute to then go and check on Juneau weather to see if it has actually loaded it this time. Wait and see. We're around 45 minutes into the stream roughly. Around 43 register on OBS. What's the delay today? Oh, only about 30 seconds. Not too bad then. About a 30-second delay. Much better than... So it's actually, yesterday was about a minute, so... Not bad. So currently 210 nautical miles to go to our approach, and then it's 240 to go. Okay, so we've got about 30 miles, really? 30 miles on approach, that doesn't sound... Okay, I guess it. Yeah, I guess. So we head straight in then to the runway, basically. Right, it's actually been 3 minutes now, so Active Sky, I'm going to check on you to see if you've got the latest weather for Juneau yet. It hasn't. It's just saying becoming. It's stuck there. Okay, although it's not even saying becoming anymore. It's just gone back to the old one. Okay, so we're not going to have an update on Juneau's weather then, by the looks of it, from Active Sky. It's not, doesn't want to. Let's just say that. It really doesn't want to. Oh well. We'll let it, we'll just let it go with it, so, oh well. We've got Vatsim to give us a metal as well. That metal's from 853 Zulu, so it's quite, it's the latest one. Unicom's actually been very quiet as well. I think the way Unicom works is like if a plane's not in range of you, you can't see its Unicom. That's why I think, obviously when we fly in Europe, Unicom's going buzz, 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 buzz. But obviously that wouldn't happen. So we're not hearing people around Gatwick is going nuts over Unicom. So also there's some element of range to it. Nice view right there. No wind in the air at all. How long then till we... Only 110 miles, okay. Not long before we have to descend then. This flight's gone fairly quick. I guess I should have known really. We're now 47 minutes into the stream. We should be approaching the point where we have to descend soon-ish. If our block time is 2 hours 25, our block time is normally like... If you add like 10 minutes to it, it's normally the length of the stream. Because it gets the block time wrong anyway. It thinks that today we'll spend 28 minutes taxiing. And if we can only spend 10 minutes in Vancouver, we're not going to spend the other 18 in in Juneau. So, yeah, that's wrong. And then you add on, all the other bits and the rest. So if you add like 10 minutes to the block time, maybe 15 minutes to the block time, you get the length of the stream. So today's stream should be about 2 hours and 40 minutes by the time we're done. It should be between 2 hours 25, which is the block time, and 2 hours and 40. Somewhere in that region is how long the stream should be. We'll wait and see. I bet it will be between 0 and 15 minutes from our block time. Not too cold outside actually. Total air temperature is only 18 degrees. It's minus 18, but it's not that cold. I've seen it get to minus 50, so it's a surprisingly warm day. I know aviation is the only, at 38,000 feet is the only place where you can call minus 18 warm. You can't call minus 18 warm in many places, I don't think. Oh, here you go, we have the latest update on weather at Juneau. Few at 2,100 feet, few at 5,500 feet. In the clouds, altimeter 3006, -4 still, wind is calm, so great. No wind, 3006 on the altimeter, so we'll set that in preparation. Is that such a small font you can barely read it from there? There you go, 3006 is ready for when we pass 18,000 feet. And it's just, quite scattered clouds. We've got a few at 2,100, a few at 5,500. Visibility is great. It's plus 9999 meters, so it's above 10,000 meters of visibility. So we are absolutely great, really, for landing. Shouldn't have any issues there. It's a bit cold, -4, but it's not raining, and as long as it isn't raining, we shouldn't need anti-ice. So, cool. We should be approaching our top descent, 90 miles, so about 12 minutes, because we are going so slowly. Once we reach descent, we'll get ourselves down to, I don't know, like 3,000 feet probably we'll set. How about we set minimums? We'll set 3,200 as a reminder. No, let's just set 3,000. I'll set 3,000 and then let this thing follow its course down, because we've got no major restrictions apart from just the the regular approach. There's no star. Yeah, this airport doesn't even have star procedures. It has SID procedures, doesn't have stars, and even the SIDs. There's only 2 SIDs. So and those SIDs are actually just taking you to places like Elephants, which is the NDB we're going on. By the looks of it, it doesn't. You're not able to use runway 26. You can take off on runway 26 actually, but they prefer you to land on 08 by the looks of it. Looking at all these looking at this, so airport elevation is 26. So localizer DME 109.9. So we'll get that plugged into here. May as well make it active. Apart from that, absolutely nothing really, just we'll stick with that. So we are ready and set up for landing now. I can see the little teeny green blob, but this is our top of descent, flashing up at us. Clouds down there looking much better. There's like a little channel work, and then beyond that, the clouds are actually pretty good. So obviously the clouds are thinning out, which is kind of what we want to hear really. We want to see them thin out because that's better for us. Nice view down there, so doing pretty good. Obviously next week then, Krakow to Thessaloniki on Thursday. Saturday, Greek island hopping. Haven't done it for a while. I'll go back and look at the last time we did Greek island hopping. It's quite a while since we did that. And then Sunday, we are streaming on the Sunday morning next week. Maybe we'll be back, I think we'll be back in the US. I think the plan might be to fly from Juneau back to, I don't know, there's not much in the area of Juneau. That's kind of the problem. Once we get here, there's nothing else we can really do but go back to Vancouver. So we might go back to Vancouver, we might go, but we can fly to Edmonton. I'll have a look at how far that is. I'd like to go to Edmonton. I'll have a look actually. I'll go on to Flight Planner now. So, Flight Connections, that's what it's called. Right, where's Juneau? Great, Juneau doesn't appear to be on here. That's helpful. Yakutat is on there though. There's Juneau. Okay, so they only really fly to Vancouver. Okay, they don't fly to many airports. I'll just ignore that then. We'll probably fly over to Edmonton, I think. So if I look on, this is the best thing, I'll look on Fuel Planner, and that'll tell us how far it is. So let's just say 320. I'll probably take the 737 really if I do that, but we'll have a look. Right, I think it's like CYEG. Yes, Edmonton. It's 760 miles, so we could potentially do that. We could do Juneau to Edmonton. Yeah, 760 miles, that's direct, so maybe it's slightly too far, but it's not that far. It's only like 10 minutes longer than this flight, really. So we probably could do that down to Edmonton. Or we could fly... actually Calgary looks a bit closer. Why did I just close fuel plan if I knew I was going to use it again? Or we can go to North Canada, maybe go to Seattle, you know, the Boeing field. That's not much further than Vancouver. I don't know, we'll wait and see. We could also go up to Anchorage. But the problem with going up to Anchorage is sort of, how do you get down from Anchorage? That's kind of the problem. Like, Anchorage is so far north. To get back down to Seattle from Anchorage, it's like a 3-hour flight. It's a bit long. So, we'll wait and see what we can do from Juneau. How's the weather looking then? If I look, so yeah, 9:53 is still the current weather, which I'd expect now. And it's looking like that's probably going to be the weather that we land with, considering how long it took to update it. There's nothing new on. Nothing new on. That's by 40 miles now to our descent, so I will plug in our altitude. Just say 3,000. How are the clouds doing down there? Pretty thin. We've got, well, it's made like a weird shape here. But there's not, the clouds are definitely thinned. Which is nice, we shouldn't have too many cloud problems when we're descending then. Nice little plane this. We'll check our approach speeds. They've changed again. Down to 135 now, so our approach speed's constantly going down, which is nice. That's what we want for this airport. It's particularly, you know, it's not a short runway, but it doesn't support Cat D aircraft, so. You know, I think we'll still set auto brakes 2, I think. We will still go with that. Obviously, I can just, that's the thing, if you go auto brakes 2 and they're slightly too weak, you can basically just slam on manual brakes. The manual brakes on this thing are really, really strong. They are, you know, I remember once being on a Ryan airplane, they definitely used high level of auto brake. Before you could check out your seat, lands with Bristol. It's not good. Oh well. Right, looking at our plane on that spy, we are actually getting quite close to Juneau. Even though we're still like 140 miles out. Should only take us 25 minutes to get there though. Cool. Not long to go now. Pretty cool flight so far it's been. I've enjoyed it. Stream's looking like it will last about 2 hours and 40 minutes. Because we're currently the 2 hour mark, lands in 25 minutes, 15 minutes, you know, to disconnect from the stream. So maybe just past 2 hours and 40. Obviously, normally we wouldn't have such a long taxi on the ground at the start, which is partially, I guess, what makes it. I mean, like, it was about a 10-minute taxi and we had to flip the plane round a bit because GSX messed it up. I think that happened last time I flew into Vancouver. That's what's really funny. I've flown into Vancouver once before, and I think it might actually have happened last time I flew into Vancouver. No, I didn't fly. I flew out to Vancouver. I went from Vancouver to Seattle in an A319, and those A319s have now moved on to Topa Sky, and replacing them are the 700s from Nordic and brand new 900s. I mean, I forgot to mention this. This plane we're flying, it's 3 days old, out the factory, fresh. It's factory fresh, this plane, so trying to wreck it on landing, I guess. We'll try. So today, yeah, I've seen someone, I think by the looks of it, someone's just joined the stream, maybe. I don't know, according to my phone they have. So we are flying from... Actually, where are we flying? We're from Vancouver to Juneau. We've just found... I don't know, I'm not sure whether those analytics are correct, honestly. 9 playbacks we've had, though. It has been, you know, quite good, actually, for busyness today. Sending in about, I don't know, like 10 miles. Looks about 10 miles. We haven't got any weather. It is 10 miles. Okay, cool. Let's get ready for descent then. Set all bricks to 2, ready for when we... 1, 2... Why can't I use this? Wait, 1, 2. There. I'm having trouble using the all brake lever. Really? Like, it's like that, isn't it? It's like, come on. Not great. Right, 91 nautical miles to our little approach point. I think, did it move forward on top of descent? Maybe not. Look at move forward slightly. And we basically now got 90 straight miles to just descend down to our approach. I don't see we've had a new meta for 9:23. No, it's hourly, isn't it? Yes. I wonder why it's hourly here. It's kind of odd to have an hourly meta. It's normally half hourly. And by the time I get our next one, I'll be on the ground. It's not normal. Right, we should have reached our top of descent by now. There you go, there's our top of descent. 114 miles left to run today, so it's pretty much a straight down descent. It'll be quite quick, I reckon. And there we go, guys, on our way down. We have got some clouds, so we'll wait and see what happens there. Apparently there are a few clouds according to the main meta. There are a few clouds at flight level 230 that Fly UK is... No, not Fly UK, that aren't being included in the decoded weather because it's obviously not really needed. I've already descended 2,000 feet, so this thing's descending much quicker than it ascended, climbed. It's going much quicker. Right, put it down to 40 nautical mile range now because we can start to see our approach. We might get some weather problems through these clouds, I'm not sure. For now we look clear though. Doing a fairly fast descent, not too bad. It's a pretty normal descent really, no need to use Unicom, there is nothing even in radio range of us. It's empty round here, absolutely empty. Here's 33,000 feet, so we've descended like 5,000 already. Not bad. One last check of the conditions. No, obviously no new updates. Go over to the charts actually. We'll look at the taxi chart. May as well get that on up. We don't even need a taxi chart really. Like it's just not needed. Actually, let's have the approach chart up. I'd rather have the approach chart. Let's get that up. Cool. That's the approach chart up. It's a bit better. That'll help us understand our approach. So we're coming in from Elephant, and then we're going to Linz, and then in from there past CGL and Barlow. Yes. So... and the localizer frequency to set 109.9 apparently. approach course 071. So let's go ahead and set that in here now. Right, this is where those clouds are now. These are like the few at flight level 230, I think. Altimeter is still 3006, so yeah, better go with that. So we are approaching a layer of clouds. I think they're at 23,000 feet, that layer of clouds. I can see a little mountain popping up from above them. So let's try the terrain radar. We've got any terrain we need to worry about? Because I can see a mountain there. No terrain whatsoever really, I don't think. So back to weather and turbulence. Weather and turbulence, make sure that's selected. And we're coming up on those clouds that are at flight level 230, that's these clouds here, I think. Also, I think I've got an idea. Let's set up terrain on this side so I can see what terrain is in our area. Just in case. That's why you have two screens, I guess, isn't it? And I will set that one there. So that's our terrain screen. This is our weather screen. If we have two cockpit displays, we may as well use both of them. Because I think it's important to see what terrain's around here, but we also need to know the weather. For now, it doesn't look like, oh, there's a bit of weather creeping up on us. Terrain looking good for now, so we can probably just turn that off. And since I've set my course, actually, let's keep this active. We may as well keep it active now. We're already descending anyway. So we're coming up to 230, which is apparently where this thick blanket of clouds are. I think this blanket of clouds might be a bit lower. And they're actually quite thin clouds as well. So seatbelts go on at 18,000 and we adjust the barrow at that altitude as well. So this weather probably will start closing in on our plane now. There's 230, but obviously in reality we're not really at 230, we're about 500 feet higher than that because of the altimeter. There's still none of these clouds. These clouds look more like maybe 20,000 feet. I'm pretty sure that's where these clouds are. Right, so let's have a look. We are 40 nautical miles from starting our approach. We are 68 nautical miles from Juneau, descending through flight level 220. So look at this. We have... Oh, there are some mountains over there. Obviously those don't affect us, I guess, because of the route we're taking in. Well, it's not this down to 20 nautical mile range now. Here come the clouds, and then we might get to see Juneau beneath them. It'd be nice to see Juneau beneath them, wouldn't it? I think the weather in Juneau is like this. So hopefully we can, once we get below these clouds, I'm hoping we can see the ground. It would be nice to not have another thick layer of clouds to pass through after this one. I think we'll be okay with that. Passing past 20,000 feet now. Connect to our transition altitude of 18,000 feet. It's a fun flight this, isn't it? I'm enjoying it. Right, coming 19,000 feet now. Yeah, those clouds though, I think they don't seem to get any closer to us, do they? Right, 18,000. Seatbelts going on. Because in the US, that's just where they turn on and off at 18,000. Right, on goes that 3006, which makes it slightly too high. Not by much though, it's not much of an altimeter change. 100 feet maybe, 200 feet, not a lot. Right, these clouds actually do seem to be clearing a little bit beyond this little bit here. So we might not actually go through the clouds in here. You might hit this little patch with no clouds. That'd be kind of nice actually, I think. And past this, I think we haven't really got any clouds, which is great. Got no wind showing up on here, so we're good. Passing 15,000 feet now. Check our speeds, we're good. Drag required we're getting. The message for, I'm not going to set that until we need to slow down. There's no speed restrictions at the moment, so we're okay. Obviously if we start becoming slightly too high, then I will set in the spoilers. I think we're about to hit the clouds, but we seem to have hit the clouds in that perfect spot where we might not end up really being bothered with them. Nice view outside. Well, here we are passing about 13,000. It looks like we might get to dodge these clouds. It's quite funny. Right, set that down to 10 nautical mile range now, as we are within full range of our approach. Whoa, this plane is being chucked around a teeny bit now. And it looks like we have latched on to our localizer. There you go, there's a little bit of turbulence. Right, drag's going to start to come out now. Whoa, look at our plane being chucked around by the weather, and I think the speed brakes probably aren't helping. I love looking at the wing flapping around and it's quite cool. Look at it moving around. It seems as though we have just dodged the clouds a little bit somehow. Right, those spoilers are going to come in. We're going to extend them back out again actually pretty soon, because we'll be slowing down to 250 knots at these little green dots up here. 50 knots at the green dots, and that rhymes. It's great. Well, there's 11,000, so somewhere around here we should start to slow it down. Haven't reached the green dots just yet, though. There it is. Back come the spoilers. Get this thing slowed down before landing. That's what we want, isn't it, guys? Slow this thing right down. Back and coming. We have successfully slowed this thing down. And 2,000 feet, landing lights coming on. And I've reached 10,000, this thing will pick up its descent rate a little bit more again. For now though, all I can see is clouds. Hopefully that doesn't become a problem as we get lower. Obviously we're not really close to minimums yet, we're still 6,000 feet off. Hopefully we can get below these clouds. I'm expecting to break out of them below 5,000 early. It'd be nice. Nothing showing on our weather radar though. Even though we are in these clouds, look at that. The clouds aren't that thick though. They're really not that thick. I think when we flew into Reykjavik, that was just like way more crazy than normal. Well, we are now descending, we're not at 5,500. That's where these clouds, I think, break, and then there might be a few more after that, but below 5,000, as I said, I would like to be out the clouds, really. We're not even on proper final approach yet, so we've got a bit of time. Got a bit of time yet to descend, get this thing down. And I can still see out the window, that's what's important. It's like, it's not so thick that you can't see out the window. Although this looks like a bit of a thicker patch of cloud we're going through now. Although we seem to be going below these clouds now. So we are in the clouds, but it's not really thick. I can still see bits of like real life around the place. It's not totally thick. Right, there is the decel point. Let's get this thing down to its decel speed. This is a thick cloud now we're in. If it was like this for landing below 3,000, we wouldn't be able to land. Hopefully if we slow it down though and get down enough, it has to be above 5,600 at this waypoint anyway. So we've slowed us down, we're not going to start using flaps just yet. Actually, you know what, let's go with flaps 2. That's helped slow us down. And there we are, we're basically out of the clouds now. Now we're making this turn. lovely approach, this. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. Does look good. And I think I see our airport. That looks like Juneau. Yes, it is Juneau. That is our airport. Right, let's get approach on then. This thing's now going to start following the VOR localizer. Let's get this thing down to perhaps 10 speed, which is the lowest we can go without having gear. So these clouds obviously aren't that thick then, which is nice. Outside air temperature is still -3. No worries with anti-ice though, so. And this thing is now hooked onto it. Localised, we're still waiting on the glide slope, but a little bit bumpy about the place, but I mean the winds were calm, they are pretty calm. 6 knot wind, pretty nothing, isn't it? That glide path now, it hasn't, the triangle hasn't like illuminated properly, it's still just a black. I mean, it's still like a white drawing, but it's okay for now, I guess. What's that white line running all the way along there? What is that? That's not a feature of the weather, I'm guessing. It must be like a trail from a boat or something. It's a bit long, I don't know what it's doing there. Right, there's our little glide slope triangle. We need to try and pick that up now. There's a little altitude horn to tell us we are coming to 3,000 feet. And this is not going to pick up the glide slope yet. It doesn't look like it's going to. What's our go around altitude? It is 5,600 is our glide slope altitude or above. So let's put that up to 6,000. And we'll let this thing follow itself in, I guess. Or maybe we... because obviously we're not in line with the runway.
Approaching minimums.
There's minimums. So, and I can see the runway fine. So we are clear to go. It's weird to hear a minimums call out so far. So continue and then right, I don't think the localizer is going to sort of direct us in, is it? So
2,500.
there's 2,500. So we're starting to descend now. This is where I need to try and take control of the plane, really. I don't think the localizer is going to take us over somehow, so... Right, autopilot's coming out. Autothrottle's coming out. Gear's going down. I'm going to move the plane slightly over to the left now. I'm going to try and follow the missed approach path, this little blue line, until I go to the white line, which is the approach. Although maybe that little bit of terrain could be a problem for us. So I'll try and hold it a bit higher up. Right, flaps are full now, I guess. So for now we're still following the approach in, actually. Because of this bit of terrain here. It's an interesting approach, this. Right. And I'll set this to 135, which is our approach speed. We're a bit high. Right, we're over that. So a bit of terrain now, so I can line up the plane properly with our runway.
1,000.
And then sort of like, the plane needs to, we are a bit high now, so. On spoilers ready now. Pick a sink rate warning. Oh dear. There, try and calm the approach down a little bit. There's 100.
50, 30, 20, 10.
Come on, plane, land. Minus 169, not bad. Bit floated, but we're okay. Right, reverse is out. We're not going to make this exit here, are we? I'd like to. Oh, I think we can, you know. Reverse is in. Manual braking. Stop the clock there. Can't stop the clock. And there we go. 1 hour 57 minutes, just as what was planned actually. And we have vacated here in Juneau. Hello everyone and welcome. Flat's coming in. I hope you guys enjoyed that flight. Right, let's get the speed brakes retracted. Reverse is coming in and get the taxi chart up. We managed to vacate here on Foxtrot like I wanted to. Oh, this isn't even Foxtrot, this is Charlie. That's not Charlie, there's something a bit wrong there. That's not Charlie, I'll tell you that now. Charlie is like the second exit from the runway. That wasn't the second exit from the runway. No, it wasn't. That was Delta, I think, we exited on there. Not bad. Right, here's the terminal, so we'll taxi along, well, Alpha, for now. Gate, we'll just pick gate 4, there isn't really a gate. We'll use United Airlines. Are they going to spawn in anywhere? Where are they spawning? Anyway, right, let's get these off and these on and APU on. Hello and welcome everyone to Juneau. We'll go one of the bigger gates actually. They're more likely to be connected to the terminal, aren't they? Oh, I see our gate now. We'll park there, yes, okay. Bit quick there. Very good landing in the end. Floated it a little bit. Could have been a bit better, but not too bad anyway. Nice view here in Juneau. Nice landing as well. Like I said, could have been a little bit better, but I'm happy with it. Right, let's taxi you to our stand. Let's get onto APU power as well. Minus 4 degrees here. It is a bit chilly, but we're okay. Not too many clouds. We couldn't fly into Juneau on a cloudy day, though. I'll say that. Juneau would be difficult on a cloudy day. Right, hello and welcome everyone. Let's just get this thing parked up now. So 1 hour 57 minutes, it was bang on what Simbrief said our flight would take. Simbrief is pretty good actually at planning that sort of thing, so shout out to Simbrief for that, I guess. It was a bit of a messy approach there, but we managed to land with pretty good minus 169 FPM, 19 FPM from a butter, so I'd say that's pretty good landing. 19 FPM off a butter. Right, coming up to our stand here. Let's get our plane lined up with this here and start moving it forward a bit more. Oh, overshot it a bit in the end. Not too bad. Right, engines off. May as well just turn the flight directors off now. Parked a bit too far. Yeah, sorry Simbri. Sorry GSX, not that far off though. Ground connections, right. Wheel chocks on, parking brakes off. Ground power connected. Ground power on, APU off, lights, all of them off, hats off and all that, because we will be doing a full shutdown, probably. Like seatbelt signs can come off, and the fuel pumps can come off too, and let's get everything open. GSX, there we go. Request deboarding. And stop our block time clock. 2 hours and 12 minutes. Block time. And we will open our cargo doors. And we will open our main doors as well. Not bad at all, that. Not bad at all. Block time according to FlyUK, 2 hours and 14 minutes. Obviously we started our block time a little bit late, maybe. We were pushing back at the time. Yeah, slightly too late. We went a little bit too far, but not too far. Why is our nose gear facing that way? No, that was ground power, Brett. That was the wrong thing. I turned off the wrong thing. Actually, I can't disconnect the wheel chocks because that will disconnect ground power anyway, so I can't do that.
Bye-bye.
Never mind, we landed with about 2.8 left, which is how much we should have got on the ground with. Go ahead and finish up my recording on Skype on FlyUK there. Cross that off. We'll get rid of the overlay now. So obviously you'll see all those things go blank. Or maybe not. Get the charts, get rid of them. And let's just do a full shutdown on the plane now, so all of you can come off. All our fans and everything like that, all off.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Just make sure everything's off and
Thank you very much.
ready for later.
Bye.
Yeah, this plane's not doing any more flights today, so make sure all these are off. Put us in the right for when we use the next flight, which will be on right, I guess, for this plane in real life. But it's pretty mad that we're not flying that plane. And this thing should be mostly cold and dark now, although we do have to shut off the ground power for that too. And there, this thing is now fully cold and dark, apart from these things, which are somehow still on. There you go. And there, that is today's flight finished. Thank you guys so much for watching. As I said, about if you had 10 minutes of the block time, you get the stream length. 2 hours 35 minutes, 2 hours 40 minutes, something like that. Perfect. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Actually, I'll disconnect from Vatsim first. Let's go ahead and disconnect from that. And there we go. Thank you so much for watching. I'll close off Active Sky now. I thank you so much for watching. This is what it should have looked like on a clear day. FPS has just shot up. Actually, it doesn't really have that much effect on FPS. Maybe 2 or 3 FPS, really. It's not much. But anyway, guys, I'll leave you this lovely view. Let's go ahead and let's get a nice view for you guys. There. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. I love this livery. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish up there. Get the desktop audio muted. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next flight. Next stream, next video. Actually, tomorrow is Top Gear Test Track Sunday. 8 other cars, and I tell you there's some crackers in there, so I wouldn't miss it if I were you. 12 playbacks on today's stream. We've been busy. We've had 12 playbacks. That's rather nice. 13 playbacks, actually. It just loaded in another one. So, there you go. Thank you to everyone who's clicked on the video today. 13, that's pretty good. That is, normally we only get, 3 or 4, so... it says something about my channel. It's not a big channel, is it? But, I'd like it to grow a bit more. Obviously, if you guys love it, just share it with everyone. Try and get this channel bigger than it is now. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next stream. I hope you have really enjoyed watching today's stream. I have enjoyed doing it. So, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.